Chapter 3, The Waiting Games. A few weeks after your kiss with Cole, you wake up after a restless night and talk to Demi as she gets ready for work this evening. You're headed over to the Stone House to take a pregnancy test. I don't know how I'm gonna make it through the day with these nerves. My stomach's in knots. Hey, it's normal to be anxious at this stage, but remember, today's only the first day. You could get a positive result. I guess. You're right, I should relax. I'll try to be chill, do some yoga, binge a few K-dramas. Who am I kidding? I'm gonna spend all day obsessing. Why don't you call your baby daddy? He's probably as anxious as you are, so there's no one who can relate better. You still haven't told her about your scorching hot kiss with Cole, so you don't have a good reason to disagree. And it would be good to hear from him. You pull out your phone to text him. Can't believe the first test is today. You stressed too? I'm going crazy over here. Wanna meet up, take our minds off of it? Everyone at the office is prepping for a business trip this weekend, so no meetings, so I can play hooky. If you can get away, that sounds great. Perfect. I'll send a car to bring you by in the office in 10. Demi sneaks up behind you to read over your shoulder. Told you. Now the question is, what are you gonna wear? I'm wearing something right now. Girl, a billionaire is sending a car to bring you to a zillion-dollar company's office. Plus, if you're feeling anxious, a little confidence boost couldn't hurt. Stay right here. It'll be the first time I've seen Cole since, well... A few moments later, Demi returns with a chic ensemble with just the right amount of sexy. This must have been meant to be, because I accidentally bought this in your size. You bought the whole entire ensemble in her size, because there's 2 pieces there. Credit where it's due. I already feel way better. Daphne Stone who? You're the supermodel. Now go enjoy your day out on the town. Soon you're whisked away to Cole's office in downtown Seattle. A robotic voice greets you by name as the door slides open. Hello, Alyssa Larson. Welcome to Pike. It's like walking into a sci-fi movie. You're perusing the directory for Cole's office number when a handsome stranger steps up beside you. Something I can help you find? Judging by the man's designer clothes, he's so far up the corporate ladder that he can wave to astronauts in the space station. I don't want to trouble you. It's no trouble at all. He looks you over, a shameless twinkle in his eye. I rarely have the pleasure of enjoying the company of someone with such discerning taste. I'm Joseph Park, Biotech's Chief of Operations, but you can call me, Joss. Alyssa Larson, if you're the COO, you must know where Cole Stone's office is. He's expecting me. Is he now? I'm happy to show you the way, give you a bit of a tour while I'm at it. He leads you through the massive building. You pass large, open concept workspaces, several doors with fingerprint and eye scanners. So, what kind of work do you do here? Personally, as COO, I'm Cole's right-hand man, which makes me a cat wrangler most of the time. Cole needs someone to manage operations so he can focus on innovation. He gets most of the credit and has the mansion, the cars, the supermodel wife. And you sound a little bitter and jealous. All that and the gorgeous visitors. He leans in closer and lowers his voice, his lips quirked in a devilish grin. You aren't his mistress, are you? That's none of your goddamn business. How dare you even suggest that? He rises in your cheeks as shock, embarrassment, and a hint of regret flood through you. I don't know how regret, but okay. Cole and I are not having an affair. Not that my feelings for him are entirely innocent. He holds up his hands in a don't shoot gesture. Easy there, it was just a joke. Oh, just a joke about someone being someone's mistress. Before he can respond, someone loudly clears his throat behind you. Just what I told you about pestering my guests. You sprang away from him, realizing how intimate the scene must look with his face mere inches from yours. How long has he been standing there? Did he hear? I was just giving Alyssa a little tour on the way to your office. As Cole stares him down, his eyes flash with a mysterious emotion. Could it be jealousy? I can see that, I'll take it from here. Or he's someone like me who saw what was going on, probably heard what was going on, and wants to punch him in the face, but in civilized society we can't do that. Before you can thank him for the tour, he exits, shooting you a wink on the way out. I regurgitated something in my mouth. As Cole guides you into his office, he lays a possessive touch on the small of your back, sending a thrill up your spine. When he slams the office door and turns to you with a penetrating gaze that's incredibly hot. Sorry if he was bothering you. He's got a nosy streak. So far, you've mostly seen the irresistible charmer Cole and the dad-to-be. This is your first glimpse of powerful CEO Cole. And I can't wait to see more. Don't worry. I know how to handle myself. You'd be amazed by what a barista puts up with every day. He's nothing. I guess until the circus sees public knowledge, people aren't gonna wonder. Cole sweeps you with a look that lingers on your lips for a moment too long. Even if he was flirting, it's hard to blame him. You look amazing. Your pulse quickens at his words, and you have to suppress the urge to reach out for him. So, I haven't seen you much lately, since we kissed. You bite your lips, your thoughts flashing back to the feelings of his lips on yours. Yeah, you haven't been avoiding me, have you? His eyes flash with something that looks like regret. Because we kissed, or because he knows we can't do it again? It's not you, Alyssa. I shouldn't have let things get that far. It won't happen again. So, friends? Friends, now, what did you have planned for the day? A must-see for any new Seattleite. Pike Place Market and more Burning Daylight. When you arrive at the market, you're amazed by the bustling rows of market stalls and the alleys lined with shops and restaurants. So this is the famous Pike Place, huh? Home of the original Starbucks and a place I loved to escape to when I was a kid. You can find anything here. Do you come here often? Not as often as I'd like, but I'm hoping to fix that once the baby stone's here. It's nice to have an excuse to visit. He gives you a grateful smile that somehow warms you all the way through. Your conversation is interrupted by a pair of tourists. Excuse me, can we ask you to take our photo in front of the sign? People dressed as nicely as you two could clearly have an eye for aesthetics. I'd be happy to help. Cole takes several photos of the tourist while you wait, admiring his patience. They have no idea how valuable his time is, and how generous he is for giving them so much of it. Please let us return the favor. It'll be a breeze to get a good shot of such an attractive couple. That'd be great. Your heart tenses as Cole hands his phone over, not bothering to correct the couple about your relationship status. You know he probably just doesn't want to explain it to strangers, but you can't deny how good it feels to let yourself pretend, even for an instant. Say cheese! Cole pulls you over to a side, and you pose for the picture. Move to the left a little closer. You slip your arm around his waist, a little tentative at first, but then he confidently wraps your shoulders and in his embrace. No need to be shy. Yeah, well, the other option was kiss you, so I don't know what to tell you. Your whole body tingles as he holds you close against him. It's a waste of what being with Cole would feel like, and it feels incredible. Like it's where I belong. Oh, God, she's going to the same thing that a lot of books have been doing lately with this company. You hear the click of the camera go off, and the tourists look down at the screen. I think you're gonna want to frame this. Cole takes his phone back and looks through the photos, but when he speaks, he looks right at you. Absolutely stunning. Thank you both. This means more than I can say. You say your goodbyes to the tourists and continue on your way. As you head further into the market, your gaze keeps wandering from flower and jewelry stalls to Cole's gorgeous face. Peonies are my mom's favorite. I should have a bouquet sent to her. Pennies, too. Sorry. Oh, how's anyone allowed to be so thoughtful and so hot all at once? It should be illegal. You remind yourself of the conversation in his office earlier, the kiss that was a mistake, and you know you can't repeat. You try to keep your distance, but the crowd keeps pushing you together every time your hands graze his. As tension crackles between you. Oh, hide. Hey. Your gazes intertwine, the chaos of the market fades into the background. The wild, forbidden attraction between you, the one you hoped might have gone away, yeah, it definitely hasn't. Hey, lady, look out! You're startled out of the moment, when just in time to see an enormous fish sailing through the air towards you. Grab onto Cole, or we could have just dodged. Without thinking, you reach for Cole's arm, he grabs hold and pulls you against his chest, just in time to avoid a fish to the face. I got you. I knew you'd rescue me. His heart beats against your chest, matching the excited thrum of yours. One of his hands plays protectively on the small of your back. Honestly, I'm starting to enjoy it. Sorry about that. You okay, lady? I think I saw my life, or at least my lunch, flash before my eyes, but I'm fine. You want to sink into the warm surety of his arms, but you force yourself to take a step back. Come on, Alyssa, remember, nothing else can happen between us, so see if the test comes back positive. You glance around for something to focus on other than Cole and see the perfect diversion. Oh, a thrift shop. You know, I don't think I've ever actually been in one before. Oh, that's a crime. Never? Seriously? The nerd life didn't lead to a lot of thrifting in my teens, and now I have assistants who shop for me, whether I want them to or not. And welcome to Secondhand Paradise. Let's see who can find the most interesting thing in the shop. You're on. And Cole split up and wandered through the aisles of the shop, looking through the troves of clothes and random items. Really? This is what you find? Listen, I've been through a lot of thrift shops in my day. A lot. And I used to hate them, by the way. Well, I wouldn't say hate, I'd say dislike, but anyway, never saw a riding crop. No, a corset, never saw that one either, but you know, sure, we'll look at that one. You gasp as you spot a scarlet and gold corset hanging on a rack, imagining the look on his face when you present it to him. Scandalous. You track him down a few aisles over. You'd better have some beginner's luck, because I struck gold with this. You hold the corset against your chest as Cole turns to look, a smile instantly falters, and you see a sudden heat behind his eyes. That's, wow. Also, the crop was very 50. You get it if you know. Your pulse quickens at his response, and again as his eyes trail down your form. Like he's imagining me in it, and in nothing else. Finally, his eyes flick back to yours, and he takes a step towards you. But an impatient call from a woman trying to pass by breaks the spell. You quickly compose yourself as you step out of the way. So, what'd you find? Something for you, actually. Poetry. It's Robert Frost. His work is always inspired by music. I thought you might find inspiration in it, too. You may have had some beginner's luck after all, because I love it. Then I'm buying it for you. We can read it to the baby. It's a sweet gesture, but the mention of the baby reminds you of the test. And the worst case scenario, you stop in your tracks. What's wrong? What if the test is negative? Then we wait and test again next week. And if that one's negative, we try again the week after. He clasps your hands and brushes his thumb across your knuckles. The simple touch chases away the worry hovering over your thoughts. I know what'll take your mind off the test. Let me show you the best way to see Seattle from the air. No way, you're a CEO, you play guitar, and I heard you do triathlons? Do not tell me you fly planes too. Probably helicopter. I don't fly planes. I fly helicopters. We'd totally be alone up there in the sky, no interruptions, no one to see or hear anything. What do you say? Carpe diem, remember? Seize the day. Hey, listen, would it be wrong if I grabbed a hold of this joystick, no pun intended, and flew a book right into the nearest building? Oh, I'm serious. It's another one of these. I'm all in. I've never been in a helicopter before. Half an hour later, you're on a tarmac on the top of the biotech building, watching Cole prep the helicopter. He wasn't kidding. You're no expert, but you're guessing it's like everything else Cole owns. Top of the line. Is this real life? He takes your hand and helps you into the helicopter cockpit. Your fingers brush against his, sending a sudden jolt of warmth through your body. Once you're settled in the seat, he reaches for the straps and pulls them across your body. These buckles can be pretty complicated. Let me help. His hands are less than an inch from brushing against your breast. You feel your nips tighten beneath the fabric. But luckily, Cole doesn't seem to notice. Thanks. It's no trouble. As he pulls away, his hand briefly skims the top of your thigh. It's clearly unintentional, but from the way he instantly pulls back, you know you aren't the only one who felt that touch through every inch of your body. If we're gonna fly over the city, I want you to feel comfortable. I promise you're in good hands. You feel the searing warmth of that hand on your thigh all over again. I'm sure he's great at a lot of things with those hands. He climbs in beside you and passes you a headset so you can talk over the thunder of the rotors. As the helicopter suddenly lifts off the ground, you instinctively grab his hand. He looks at you with concern. Are you scared? Honestly, I'm a little nervous, but I trust you. You saved me from flying fish before. I know you'll keep me safe. He squeezes your hand comfortingly, but when you meet his eyes, you see a surprising intensity to them. Always. That singular word sends your heart into a free fall as the throne of the helicopter, guided by Cole, vibrates through your whole body. The atmosphere is too tense, but you try to keep your mind off of it. But of course it's futile. So did you wake up one day and decide to buy a helicopter? #Billionaire life? It was right after Bitech's IPO. I decided to make a long-time dream a reality. Good for you. I'm all about chasing your dreams. After the afternoon sun sinks lower in the sky as he flies you over downtown, he points out the Bitech office tower, then his house, and towards the unmistakable landmark dominating the skyline. Have you been to the top of the Space Needle yet? No, but after this, I don't think I need to. Nothing could compete with this view. Want a bet? He angles the helicopter towards the coast. By the time you reach the water, the sun has started to set. Wow. I wish I could paint this. Not the ocean, per se, but the feeling I have looking at it. Does that make sense? I get it. I wrote 3 songs after my first time up here. Something about the splendor of the moment has you feeling equal parts bold and tender. You ache to reach for him, but to feel that he's real beside you. Hold his free hand. You reach across, slide your hand into his strong, steady fingers immediately intertwine with your own. I still can't believe I'm up here with you. Me neither. His thumb brushes over your own, drawing your attention to the controlled way he's handling everything. I can't help but wonder how well he'd handle me. I love being up here, above everything. When you see the vastness of the sky, it makes all your problems seem small. He turns to look at you, his eyes dropping near your mouth before a mischievous smile crosses his lips. Do you want to take control for a bit? If you want, the stick's all yours. I'd rather sit back and watch you work. You're kind of mesmerizing when you're in your element, and when people are doing what they love, they transform. How so? As he steers over the coast, moving with more confidence and ease than you've ever seen before, you try to put the feeling into words. They become, well, people less burdened by responsibility, more driven by passion. At the word passion, his grip of the controls suddenly tightens. His gaze flickers over to you, lingering on your lips, and you can practically feel the kiss all over again. When he speaks, there's a huskiness in his voice. So, when do I get to see your passion, or you transform my passion? He was already so close to bringing you to that point when the two of you kissed in the studio. You know he could easily do it again. Alyssa. Huh? What? Painting. Do I ever get to watch you? I think that can be arranged. Cole brings the helicopter down for a safe landing just after sundown. He takes you by the waist and helps you down from the cockpit, even when your feet touch the tarmac, his hands linger on your hips. That was unforgettable. It was for me too. His hands are still on your hips, his thumb tracing a small circle against you, warm through the fabric of your clothing. I spent thousands of hours flying, but being up there with you was... I know. His gaze drops to your lips, and you instantly feel drawn to him. This is exactly what we're not supposed to do. But it's all too easy to forget about everything except for the admiration in his eyes, the strength of his hands, how simple it would be to lean in. Remind him we have to get back. You take a step back, and his hands slip from your waist. It's getting late, and I don't want to keep Daphne waiting for us. Daphne? He shakes his head slowly as if he's coming out of a trance. You're right. For a few hours, I almost forgot about the pregnancy test. Me too. I guess that means your distraction plan worked. But now it's time for an answer, one way or another. When you and Cole arrive at the mansion, Daphne meets you at the door. Finally! I thought you'd never get here. But we're right on... She shows an at-home pregnancy test in your hand. One step, healthcare. There's a bathroom down the hall. Go now, before... It's about time, Cole. You've kept us waiting for hours. Oh no. Let me guess, it's his mother. A polished older woman wearing designer clothes and a sour expression enters the room. Cole turns to you with an apologetic look. Alyssa, this is Estelle, Daphne's mother. Hi, Estelle. I don't think flattery is going to get you anywhere, but we'll try it. I would have guessed Daphne's sister, not mother. You look young enough to be. I look young, So you're calling me old. You're... What? 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 Oh, God, I didn't know we were going to the circus today. Not at all. Estelle ignores you entirely. She prompts her hands on her hips and continues to lay in a cold. I called your office 4 hours ago. They said you left for the day. Naturally, I assumed that you meant to go home instead of keeping my daughter waiting. Again? I've only ever seen Cole wait for Daphne. Talk about the mother-in-law from hell. Yeah, no, that's why I thought the compliment would not work, but I went with it anyway. Estelle's head swivels and she turns her laser beam gaze back to you. What are you waiting for? Take the damn test already. I'm not a broodmare. I'm the person who's helping your daughter have a baby. I think that earns me some respect. We'll see once the results are in, won't we? Estelle, we're doing this on Alyssa's terms, full stop. You start towards the bathroom. Daphne and Estelle start to follow you. You stop at the bathroom door. I don't know if I can do this with an audience. We need to make sure the results are genuine. This is out of line, Estelle. Of course they will be, and we're all going to give Alyssa some privacy. It's not a question. The protective note in his voice eases some of your nerves as Daphne glances at her mother and slowly nods. Fine, we'll just be outside the door when you're finished. I mean, you literally pee on a strip. Jesus, could you imagine? I'm just, wow. We're coming in to make sure it comes right out of you. You escape into the bathroom and make sure to lock the door behind you. Oh, Stella's a lot. I can't believe they put up with her. You read the pregnancy test directions twice, just to be safe. No, listen, it's very simple. You just pee on the strip. It's that simple. Okay, here goes nothing. Just the test. That's about to change the rest of my life. You take the test. Set the timer on your alarm. The bathroom is big enough to pace in, so you do until your phone buzzes with a text. Sorry to intrude. Just wanted to see if you're okay in there. Better, with Estelle on the other side of the door. Sorry, you're trapped out there with her. I'd rather have her out here than put you through more of her opinions. Before you can type another reply, your timer goes off. The test is done. Moment of truth. You take a deep breath and pick it up. No. It's negative. It happens, or some the tests are flawed, but before we get into that, please remember that if you did like the video, or like, anything that you enjoyed here that I do, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. So, without further ado, let me say the following. 1, this book's gonna be fun, and by fun, I mean the same old, but with a little fun. I'm gonna try and make it as fun as possible I can, outside of what the book is meant to do. I take a little creative liberties or whatnot, or also voice my opinion, so hopefully you all enjoy that, let me know in the comment section, because I always value you guys' opinion. But if, it's too much, or it's just right, or it actually makes things better, it'd be great to hear from you guys and what your opinion is, right? Because I know some of these books can actually be unbearable, or certain moments, or certain things are just ridiculous. With that being said, so, again, from my understanding, woman just takes it and pees on it. It's just, here you go. And then also the tests are not infallible, right? I believe they have about an 80 to 85%-ish accuracy rating. And surprisingly enough, I mean, you hope, right? You hope. You also have to believe those, numbers. The best way is to always get, checked for a doctor, or sometimes, results can be delayed. Or, and this is also the little, we're used to Pixelberry shit, is Hello Cat that just went, what the hell? So, they might add this for drama. Oh no, she's not pregnancy. Why would we keep this cow around if she's not going to produce any babies or milk? Yeah, just saying. That might be, Pixelberry's whole thing, and then what happens is you get pregnant from bow chicka wowing with him, and then you build on a relationship, and I don't know. Right? That's just me. That's about it. So thanks for watching. Love your beautiful faces. Sorry about being late. I was just going through a lot yesterday. Well, let's leave it at that. So trying to, I woke up today and I'm trying to hit the ground running and, just do content. There you go. Peace out.